What happens when you return to the family you've left? In Breaking New Ground, we see Korey, the middle son of the Bontrager family, who has been disrespectful in the previous 2 books. When his father, Dwayne, who was a widow, remarried, he was mean, unwelcoming, and awful to his kind-hearted stepmother. Then he became estranged from his older brother, Tyler, when Tyler fell in love with Korey's ex-girlfriend, Michelle. But after 14 months away in Ohio, Korey is now back home. When Korey returns home, he knows that he needs to forgive his older brother, Tyler, and he misses the close relationship they once had. At the same time, he struggles with figuring out how to forgive Tyler. Korey feels left behind from his family and friends, especially the friends who have moved on and gotten married. And Korey begins spending time with Savannah Zook, who is the most outspoken young woman he has ever known. Savannah suggests that she and Korey pretend to date to keep his family and her friends off her back because neither one of them are dating. And Korey soon can't imagine life without her, even though their relationship is pretend. After feeling betrayed by his brother and his last girlfriend, he also isn't ready to trust a young woman with his heart. A friend of mine suggested a few years ago that I write a series about a widower and his 3 grown sons. And she also suggested that in the first book, the widower would meet somebody and remarry, and then also have a book where one of the sons falls in love with his brother's girlfriend. So I tucked that idea away. And then when it came time for me to pitch a new Amish series to my awesome publisher, I pulled out that idea, and the Bontrager family and my Amish Legacy series were born. Now, I have an older brother who is 8 years older than I am, and my mother always joked that she raised 2 only children, because when I was in 4th grade, my brother joined the Army and moved away. So I was often envious of my friends who had siblings close to their age. In fact, my best friend growing up was the oldest of 4, and I was often very jealous that she had siblings around her age at home to go on vacation with, to spend time with. I'm sure she was often envious of me when she wanted to get away from those siblings. But because of how I grew up, I love writing books about siblings and their complicated relationships. And Breaking New Ground is definitely one of those books, because Korey arrives home. He spent 14 months away trying to figure out how he was going to get past his anger toward his brother and the betrayal that he feels. And so this book really delves into those complicated sibling relationships because he wants to work things out with Tyler. He just doesn't know how to do it. And so the characters in this story, we see Korey. When the story begins, Korey's back in town after 14 months trying to figure out how to get past what Tyler and Michelle did and also rebuild those relationships. He also feels left behind by his community and his friends. He feels like he and his father have lost their close relationship. And I'm very aware that Korey is not a favorite character for my readers. I've heard from many readers who don't like Korey, and they feel that he really has been a bit of a stinker. But I must say that Korey knows that he's been a bit of a stinker, and I promise you that I make Korey work very hard to redeem himself. So hopefully by the time the book is over, readers will love him just as much as I do. Savannah is one of my favorite Amish heroines. She is sassy, she is courageous, she is outspoken, she says what's on her mind. And she's brave because she has felt like she's had to raise her younger brother, Toby, who was often made fun of in school. And she and Toby live with their aunt and uncle and their cousins and work in the family store. And she feels it is her job to make sure that Toby has everything he needs. And she often sacrifices her own happiness for Toby. My favorite scene in the book is when Korey and Savannah are both at a youth gathering. And after the youth gathering is over, Korey unexpectedly gives Savannah a ride home. And that's the first time that they really talk and they really open up to each other. And she's surprised by how easy he is to talk to, and he's surprised by how outspoken she is, and he feels it's refreshing to have a friend who truly says how she feels. My favorite line from the book is, "Don't give up your faith in God." And as lost and alone as Korey feels at times, he doesn't give up on that faith, and he keeps asking God to guide his heart, guide his words, help him find a way to forgive his family and find his way back to that close relationship he once had. You can purchase an autographed copy of Breaking New Ground from my online bookstore, or you can get a copy from your favorite bookstores, either online or in the store.